What's up, guys? Before we get started on this episode, I just wanted to apologize because I failed to successfully capture the in-game audio during this episode, but it was my first look, a blind look at one of the new levels, and I wanted to keep it as is. So I left the commentary in, added some music. It's not the high-quality content that you guys expect of me on a regular basis, but it is authentic, and because it was a blind look, I didn't want to redo it, and I just wanted to give you guys the real deal. So that's the explanation. We'll make sure we get it fixed next time. Thanks for your support. Welcome back to another episode of Door Kickers 2 Task Force North, where I've been using CQB tactics and doctrine to play this game, Door Kickers 2 Task Force North. If you don't own this game yet, you can pick it up from my game store at nexus.gg/controlledpairsgaming, where your purchase will support the channel directly. I appreciate each of you who decide to do that. Today's episode is a blind attempt at the new map, Emir's True Believers, which was added in the Silence is Golden update. This is the new final level in the Lead the Way campaign. And this is a capture operation where we're moving into this compound to capture a high-value individual. Because of that, we know that our rules of engagement are going to be semi-restrictive. We don't want to accidentally kill our targeted bad guy. We want to get him out alive and take him back to our headquarters where he can be exploited for the intelligence value of the information in his brain. So that does restrict the type of weapons and munitions that we can use as we move through this level. This level is pretty complicated. It's got 3 different sections that each have a bunch of rooms in them. One to the south, one to the east, one to the north. Bisecting the objective is a very large open danger area with several vehicles that separate the eastern portion of the compound from the 2 western portions. And then down the center, we also have a big open danger area that runs the entire way. So the benefit that we've got here is we're allowed to have 6 assaulters, and we can spawn into the map in the L that we always talk about going for. Remember, the principles of close quarter battle are speed, surprise, and violence of action. We don't know whether or not we have surprise. We don't know if this is a daylight operation or a nighttime operation, or if we've already been compromised, or what the intelligence was that drove us to this location. But we do know that we can use violence of action, and we're in a really good position to do that because we've been allowed to get on the L of this enemy's flank. My plan here is going to be to explosively breach this gate, enter and begin clearing these structures, while using these 2 operators down here to establish a battle position that will have a nice wide sector of fire by way of cross coverage, with my grenadier being able to observe this direction and my machine gunner with the Mark 48 being able to observe this direction. That should prevent enemies that are located in this large structure from being able to move and counterattack my guys as they move into these 2 different sprawling areas right here. There's a lot of different angles. This is a really complicated environment as we begin looking through each of the structures. I don't see a lot of overt weapon signatures on this portion of the residence. However, when you get back here, we do see an AK variant, a couple of weapons that are just laying around exposed. But really, that's the only overt enemy signature. So our Mark 48 gunner may have to end up doing some work into this breach right here when we get started. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get to planning. So first thing we're going to do is use these boys to begin pieing and establish that nice battle position. Simultaneously, these dudes okay, we've got good cross coverage here. I'm going to move this guy a little bit further so I can see all the way down to this open breach. Our grenadier can already see these 2 open breaches, so that's a win. Looking good. We're setting in an explosive charge on this gate right here. That charge is set. Remember, we want to get to our bad guy and capture him alive. So we are going to be moving rapidly so that he is not able to depart this area prior to us capturing him, but not so rapidly that we are unnecessarily putting the lives of our assaulters at risk. It's not like we're going after a hostage that we need to rush to and save. It is a bad guy, and it is not worth dying over to get him off the battlefield. So that's kind of the approach that we're going to use as we move into this thing. I'm going to go ahead and open up this breach with this explosive shot. My guess is that audible signature could trigger a reaction from these guys. Let's go ahead and blow this thing. Yep, sure enough, we've got that reaction now. We're waiting for it. I got an open door here. RPG. This is a problem. He's about to fire. Sure enough, these guys are now in a really bad situation. They're getting grenades thrown at them. So we're going to do the same thing in turn. Oh, man. Okay, so we saw multiple shoulder-fired munitions. We got a hand grenade thrown at us. We know that there's like an RPG-29 oriented this direction. I'm now going to look to work this angle with my grenadier and see if I can get some rounds deep. Where is my grenadier? There you are, buddy. Let me get you over here. We're going to high-low this corner. And then if I can get a 40 mic deep, I'm going to do it from right there. I'm going to keep those 40 mic rounds going. We're protecting our battle position now. We also got hand grenades going out. One more 40 mic. Okay. These angles are starting to look a little bit better. These guys are going to start creeping forward back into cross coverage. Yeah. So freaking dangerous. Okay. Let's see if we can reestablish this L with this battle position. I've got an additional enemy deep. He's got an FAL, so that is a weapon system that can absolutely affect us from where he's at. We're going to try to get a grenade on him right away. Good effects. We're going to follow up with another grenade. Absolutely picking these guys apart. This is why we fight from L's, guys. We've got really good geometry that we can see down these long open danger areas without exposing our guys to threats. We're seeing as many open breaches as we possibly can. I can't see this window, which is a little bit concerning. I can see damn near everything else. A lot of bad guys squirting out this direction. Something we didn't talk about early on is where we think the bad guy is. And based off us going after what we believe is a high-value individual, it's possible that he could have been at some sort of meeting back here where those guys are all coming out of the fight. But I believe that he is bedding down in this location. That's the largest bedroom in this whole area. It's got its own study, and it's got a private dining area directly adjacent to it, right next to a large living quarters. So if I'm the head honcho in this area, I'm going to be living in a location that has a signature like this, not one that has a signature like a barracks where I've got multiple twin-sized beds all crammed into a small space with one another, and I'm not going to be living in squalor like out in a storage area or out in like a work shed. This is where like my foot soldier kind of guys are going to be living. So I do believe my high-value individual is going to be located in that space. All right. I think we have done a lot of what we can to make this as safe as possible. Doesn't mean that it's perfect. It's not. But I do believe this is about as good as we're going to get for now. So what are we going to do? I need to prioritize the clearance of this location. These open breaches are windows, but they've got drapes, so I'm not going to be engaged unless those drapes are moved or unless there's someone sitting deep looking through those drapes. And based off of the signature that's occurred so far, I don't believe that that's going to be the case. What I will consider doing is putting a smoke right here. That smoke will allow me to move into cover, and once I move into cover, it'll allow me to fight from that cover into this position. So I'm going to put a smoke there. That's step one. That smoke is going out. Now that that smoke is going out, I'm going to send my first assaulter into cover here. I'm going to send my next assaulter right behind him. but he's going to be pulling security into this corner. The guy who threw the smoke is going to come over here and pull security deep. The guy who's pulling rear is going to come over here and pull security deep. This will give us a better idea of the situation that we have. We're going to tie all of this to the A go code so that I can make sure that that smoke is good to go and actually providing the obscuration that we need it to before we commit to this dangerous move. Indeed it is. We're moving. Okay. It's still obscuring us. Things are looking relatively good. I'm going to go ahead and press up to this location, maintain security on the windows, into this location, maintain security opposite, and move these guys up like so. Okay, I've got this guy, Goose, is now able to pull security down this long danger area. These two are both still able to pull security nice and wide for me. What we're going to do is start pulling down these curtains and peeking into these windows, seeing if we can't determine where our high-value individual is. I want to put an explosive wall shot and just go straight in here, but I don't want to kill my my HVI if I do that. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful and expose the force to some risk in doing so. So this is a dangerous move, but one that I think is necessary. Since I've got security far with Goose, I'm going to transition Philly to here. I'm going to put Postman on this window. I'm going to move to and take down this window where I believe my HVI might be located. HVI? Jesus. That was not our HVI. That was just a normal old bad guy. But man, our buddy was not pulling very good security. He should have been dead the moment he was exposed. Instead, he got like 8 rounds off right into our face. I can't believe we have a guy that's still alive. That was super lucky. This breach is now a big threat. Whew. We're going to need a flashbang into this room. That's going to allow Postman to get through this window, pull security on this open breach. That's our next threat. We're going to work through the clearance of this this structure. Banger's going out. Are you serious? Of course. There's that banger. Open breach. Okay, I've got 2 guys fighting deeper in this hole. Our battle position here is killing squirters that are squirting out the back. I opened up this window with Drummer because I saw these 2 guys and I wanted to get an angle deep into this house before they were able to affect Postman as he was coming into this room. Of course, we also had a barricaded shooter we didn't know about standing behind that window, and so I rapidly got Drummer out of the way and I pushed across with Postman to engage that guy. Now that I do have security here, I can push Drummer up and pull security long, and that'll allow me to maintain cross coverage with Postman and then go ahead and bring Philly inside. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. That gives me 2 assaulters then internal. I got a barricaded shooter. I'm getting out of the way. Okay. I'm looking for more ways to increase the violence of action based off of just how overt this enemy signature has been. I'm going to put 40 mic right here from my battle position. Yeah, this is a hell of a fight. Okay. Things are looking good long, so this is a threat. This remains a threat. The rest of the structure is generally clear. And then, of course, this is all still a freaking threat, and this is all still a threat. I'm going to use this battle position to continue locking down this avenue of approach, and I'm going to maintain security here on these guys. I'm going to use these 3 assaulters to complete clearance of this northwestern quadrant. and then continue clearing through the rest of the objective. All right, drummer's going to maintain security long. We're going to begin working through this with postman in lead. Good luck, boys. There's our HVI right there. So he was in the location we thought he would be. Now that we see him, we're going to stop exactly where we are, maintain security on him. Because he could have a vest or any other thing. So we're maintaining security on that guy. I'm going to bring another assaulter up to assist with the capture. Okay, we've got good security on that HVI. This is still a door that I need to have security on. I also now have to have security on the HVI. And I have to have security on this door, and this is an open breach that could face reinforcements from here. So this is a really challenging situation. I think what I'm going to do... Golly, okay. I'm going to see if I can see all the way across here. Flashbangs going off there. All right, I'm going to use this guy to maintain security on this door. I'm going to do a single man clear, button hook with postman into this room. I'm going to maintain security on my HVI far that entire time. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. That's not true. All right, I'm going to go ahead and arrest this guy. Even though I've got this exposed, I know I'm at risk right now. Now that he's in custody, I am going to push across this. Okay. All right, we're going to get this guy out of here. We're maintaining security at the exact same locations we have this entire time. So I still need all of this isolated. I still need this completely locked down, and I'm using a route that I know to be reasonably safe based off of us having used it already once previously. And I'm escorting this guy out all the way while maintaining security on him. I'm going to send the rest of these guys with him. As we break down out of this position, I'm going to maintain security long with this dude for the duration. Oh, I don't know if this guy can do windows. I don't think HVIs can do windows. They can't. I don't know what that means. Yeah, their mapping is like super weird. So I don't know how this is gonna go. My HVI is just wandering. Okay, he's turning himself in. Appreciate that, man. Okay, we all know what this would look like in real life. We're dragging his ass out through a freaking window and putting him at the exfil HLZ and leaving. All right, blind attempt. First attempt was successful. Did not lose any assaulters. We had 14 enemy killed in action. We got 2 stars. I don't know if that was like a time penalty or because we had guys that were wounded. Either way, that was a clean run. I'm happy with it. That was a really challenging level. We maximized the violence of action. We fought from that L, established a really good security position, and ended up taking the dub with that. If you guys are enjoying this content, the easiest way for you guys to support the channel and get more of it is by simply subscribing to the channel for more door kickers and other tactical shooter content. If you'd like to support me in a more meaningful way, you can become a member of the channel, have access to our special members-only events like the upcoming Ground Branch CQB event that I'll be hosting on the 2nd of January. Look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm Controlled Pairs, and I play the most immersive PC games in the world. This is Door Kickers 2 Task Force North, and I will see you in the next one.